This is the Southern California Kneeboard Circuit, coming to you from Stop1 in Huntington Beach, California, just south of the pier at Huntington Beach. This presentation is brought to you by Kneelo Tees. Live the lifestyle, get your tour shirts and more at ks.tv.com. This is the first stop of a 5-stop tour that'll work our way down the coast. 9th Street will be our next, then we move down to Salt Creek in October, Seaside Reef in November, and end up in December in Mission Beach down in San Diego. Our surf conditions today, well, it's Southern California summer, 2 to 3 foot. It's going to get a little washed out in the afternoon, but the guys will try to make the best of it. Joining us is photojournalist and former NSSA National Kneeboard Champion, Mr. Mike Fernandez. You can find out more of Mike's great work at MikeFernandezPhoto.com. Welcome on, Mike.
Hey Rob, glad to be here today. Thanks.
Great. Well, we got a good lineup going out for our first heat today. It looks like conditions are on. We've got Paul DeVoy, Trevor Lynn, Tom Fish, Adam Odom, and of course Sean Noon in white. Conditions kind of tailing off here a little bit as we move into the morning. It's starting to clear out a little bit. Classic Southern California conditions along the pier. A little bit of a reef set up with the way the sand kind of carries underneath the pilings, and then just south of the setup where the guys are at now, we've got a little bit of a sandbar out there for them. So let's get into the action and find out how things are going. Now, going through your mind as you're paddling out in the beginning of the heat, what are you usually thinking about?
Well, my strategy is to try to get your first wave as soon as you can when the heat starts, because then once you get that stress off your back, you can concentrate on the other wave. You have to, they score your best 2 waves, so there you go. Who do we have up here now?
Oh, got a split in the peak here. It looks like we've got Paul coming in. He's trying to stay on, trying to do that little bit of Huntington hop, but it just isn't quite making the reform on the way in.
Oh, Paul is Mr. Smooth.
Now Trevor Lynn up here. Trevor's only been kneeboarding, I think this is his 3rd time out, so he's really kind of pushing it. I don't know if he's a stand-up surfer, but he definitely has his way around. Let's take another look at that wave. He makes that cut back, drops the hand, tries to get the split in the wave.
Trevor, that's the other son of Tom Lynn. Tom's got
just South Peak here.
2 sons at kneeboard.
Evan Odom and Tom Fish both unsuccessful there trying to catch the ones. Looks like Trevor's setting up though for another one. Let's see how he does.
That's a nice set wave there.
Oh, totally covered up.
It had some size anyway.
Evan a little bit farther south.
There's Evan starting to do the hop. These waves are really turning mushy in the afternoon here.
That's what Huntington's kind of known for, huh? The Huntington hop, to get you over that midsection there, to get you to the inside where it kind of reforms along the beach.
Well, yeah, but the tide's exceptionally high today, it seems like. Normally your outside wave is a pretty good ride. Now
a little bit farther south, this is Tom Fish. He's kind of riding that sandbar a little farther south of the pier, all by himself, but he seems to pick this one up pretty well.
Oh, that's a good ride for Tom. It's a good wave.
Let's see if he can make that. Nope, he decides not even to go for it.
All right, got Paul DeVoy turning.
Let's see if he'll go. Oh, he waves it off. Oh, over by the pier though, there's our buddy.
Sean Noon, the big man, takes off.
Oh, swallows him up. Even goes faster in that white jersey. Evan Odom pulling up on the inside. Oh, let's take another look at that. That was pretty incredible. Drops down, grabs that board, and just gets covered. It's like Fish up again. Whoa! Swings the 360! A little bit farther down,
Fish.
Paul. Oh, and Sean down there next to the pier.
Tom Fish
nice.
Throwing down the gauntlet. Mr. Kneelo Nation. Did you see that?
Let's watch that again. Swings it around, sweet, and pulls it out.
You know, when you got mushy waves like this, you got to do what you got to do.
Trevor getting covered up here. Everyone just kind of getting that initial drop. Ah, Noon by the pool, by the pier again.
There's the big man trying to get in there.
Just gets washed over. Let's see that. He sets, tries to cover. Oh, just can't seem to get that energy that the wave kind of loses as it gets close to the pier. So you got Fish a little farther south, the rest of the pack a little bit farther up north next to the pier. Check this out though. This guy's about 6'6", and he's riding a board maybe about 5 foot. Who says that the short boards aren't making some influence, even with the stand-up surfers here at Huntington Beach? Trevor up again. just nothing. Guys got to get, you know, you need at least 1 or 2 good waves under your belt. Here goes Tom. See if he's got anything.
Wave.
Oh,
it looks like a little longer ride there.
Gonna make it to the inside.
He's gonna make it.
He's gonna try. Oh. So close. Well, that's gonna do it for heat 1. Not bad. There's just really nothing there. The guys really have to kind of just try as best they can to get in and get there. Let's take a quick look at heat number 2. Eric Oslin in green, Ed Quinn in blue, Tom Lynn, Chris Bermudez, and Leonard Miller in red. The cool thing I think about the riders when they're out here is that since Kneelos haven't been together for so long in a competition setting, it's really nice. They all kind of egg each other on, see how it's going. Now these guys that are paddling out have had a little bit of time to watch, so maybe they get a little bit of advantage. But it looks here like everyone's giving their other components a little bit of a kind of a heads up, kind of telling them what's going on.
I don't know about that. That's not good strategy. You should be focused out there, not jabber-jobbing with your competitor. When you're out in the water in a heat, you don't have friends, buddy.
Is there a little easier with the water start than off the beach? Oh, look at Paul telling him, just go home. I got it licked. All right, first up, big Ed Quinn.
Oh, Ed Quinn. Let's see what he gets. He'll cut back into the white water, trying to juice some energy out of it. Oh, you can't get it.
He's trying, though. Look at it. He's right there on the end. If you just kind of bust around it a little bit, the wave just really doesn't set up for him.
No, well, he's a big guy, though. I mean, he's doing that Huntington hop, trying to get that thing going to the inside.
Oh, here we go. This is Tom Lynn. Slapping it around a little bit there.
It's a little...
Just not much.
Well,
Chris over there, too, yeah.
Mr. Salt Creek.
Here goes Chris again. Let's see if this time if he can't pull something in. He's trying to ride that power right at the top of the wave, and it's just not coming through for the guys. Ah, oh, nice to the outside. Here goes Tom again. Oh, cranks it around. Let's take another look at that.
There's not enough juice to make it back in.
Look at the front of that board hopping around there. We'll have to ask him about his board if you get a chance to talk to the guys. Ed, unsuccessful, but looks like we got someone dropping in here. Oh, this is Leonard Miller. Leonard streaking towards the pier. Nice. Pulls it around. Let's take another look at that. Sets up.
He's getting some juice here on this wave. It's a nice set wave there.
Now, I noticed his board didn't quite bounce around as much as Tom's did on that section. Here he comes back the other way now, since he was close to the pier. Oh, nothing. Aha, Big Ed setting up. See if he can struggle to get around in front of the white water.
Conditions are just brutal out here today.
Tough, and you know, you got to get at least 2 waves to score. Fish up one more. Oh, no, that's Tom Lynn one more time.
He made that. Where are you going? Oh, Ed Quinn.
Let's see if Ed can pull out that reform. He knows he needs a couple good rides to get him on into that final, and not much. Now here's Chris again. Trying to do the hop. It's just like,
You know, that south side bowl that Huntington's famous for just isn't working today.
Yeah.
It's Tom Lynn, Mr. Salt Creek, coming over here, giving a hand, giving a go at Huntington.
Chris setting up again. This time it looks like he's got a little more power. Let's see if he can get in front.
A nice drop. You got some speed out of that drop. Little cutty there. That's about all you're going to get today, Chris.
All the way. Tom's got one in the trunk.
Oh, nice
lands
hit.
it. Yes.
Man, doesn't get any better than that in these conditions. That was a good one.
Oh, it sets up for the reform, huh? Is that okay when you're riding? You can lay back down, get back up. Judges are storing it all in the same wave, right?
You know, I don't know. Depends on the judge, I suppose.
Let's watch the end. Watch the front of that board. Walk around, and he sets up.
Bam.
Nice keep up. Looks like Ed trying to get. He needs a few more points there. Another good ride. See if he'll try. Oh. Doesn't quite go all the way in. Time's winding down here. These guys got to get it while they can.
This Bermudez is getting a few waves. That's another good left he's got.
He's really riding tight there to the pier. That seems to be about the only place where there's any kind of power to the swell. Pulls in, puts that hand, pushes it down. Farther south. Up and riding, that's Tom Lynn.
Makes that nice hit going right. That's a good one.
He's going to ride it in. Yep, he's going to set up for the inside. Well, now look, as the heat's over and out to the outside, they really start to crank in. So that's going to finish it. That's it for our heats, and we move on to the final. We'll take a break, come back in a little bit this afternoon, but I think overall, it's not a lot for the guys to do other than hang out at the beach. Great scene down here. It's nice to see all the guys back together, get everybody down here back on tour again. Invite anybody to come on out to any of the tour stops. It really is a lot of fun and get to hang out. All right, Mike, why don't you, during the break, head on out down the beach, see if you can't get a hold of some interviews with those guys, and we'll be back after the break.
Will do, Rob.
All right, welcome back, Southern California Kneeboard Circuit. We're at Stop1. This is here in Huntington Beach. We're just marching off the south side, where we've had U.S. titles. Next stop, going to be October 8th up the beach there on 9th Street. That's just north of the location here. We'll kind of zoom in. You can see the way the waves are kind of turned around there. A nice little beach break. Sandy's. Sandy's home of the U.S. titles event, evening activities. Rafflemania, the board auctions, all kinds of great and fun activities. That's where you do all the award winners. Time to announce 2013 U.S. titles. They're going to return to Huntington Beach January 18th and 19th here at Huntington Pier.
That's a nice, classy little restaurant, Rob, and they have good food.
Great little place to hang out.
Bring your whole family.
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun to go down. All right, Mike, I understand you got something. Let's go down, have a listen, and see what the guys had to say heading into the finals.
All right, we're here with Ed Quinn. Ed, what do you think about your last heat? I know the waves are kind of mushy and everything.
I was just happy to make it through. It's really challenging, especially for a big guy, and with the tide filling in, it's getting pretty soft. But yeah, that's part of what makes contest surfing fun. If you really think about it, it's the challenge, and so it's very difficult. I don't think the final is going to be any easier, so I'm just happy to be in the final, really.
Well, it's been about almost 30 years since there's been kneeboarders in the NSSA. What do you think about that? It's pretty awesome, or what?
Yeah, it's just so nice for them to invite us back. I mean, I actually surfed it when I was, a kid, and it's such a well-run organization. You can just see it's families. It's a lot of legends. I mean, I ran into Peter Mell first thing, hanging out with Peter Townsend back there. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of what's, competitive surfing, at the amateur level is really all about. This is where a lot of the pros start, and, and then for those of us who want to keep playing past our prime, this is a great way to do it.
Well, the waves are kind of mushy, and you're a pretty big guy competing against smaller guys. How are you sizing up your competition? We've got 2 heats of kneeboarders out here today.
Mike, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the thing. Like I said, though, that's what's going to be fun. I got a great small wave board. Bruce Hart at Flashpoint, Australia, has got me this good little 6.0 pig, and I'm going to see if I can. You only need 2. If I can get a couple of good turns, get a little bit of speed out there, it's going to be tough. And there's some guys who can really paddle too. So it's going to be basically who can get the best 2 waves and make the most of them. But I'm in trouble.
Well, I know you have summer boards, and you're one of the top guys in the KSUSA. You got 3rd place in the national championships last year. What kind of board do you think you're going to pull out today for this final heat?
I've got a really great small, and it's actually the same one because you remember that final. The waves got pretty small, and being a big guy, it's a 6.0, which is I'm almost 6'5". I'm 210 pounds, so I've got a good 6.0. It's about 24 inches wide, and it's got a lot of float to it. So I just got to get myself in the right position, and if I get the wave, make the most of it. So we'll see. We'll see if I get lucky.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Good luck out there.
Thanks.
All right, we're here with Tom Lynn today. Tom, it's looking a little mushy out there. We've got 2 heats of kneeboarders. Give me your thoughts about your last heat and what you see going into the final heat today.
The last heat was, I did pretty well. I got first, and I got a couple good hits, so that's all it takes. This, now, there's not much. It's going to be just who really, it's a luck thing, whoever gets the best waves and makes it through the inside. That'll probably decide who wins.
All right, Tom, you're one of the top guys in the KSUSA, and you were one of the top guys in the NSSA almost 30 years ago, back when there was kneeboarders in the NSSA. What do you think about the return of kneeboarding for the first time in almost 30 years in the NSSA?
I think it's great. You know, what I like about contests is it's just an excuse to come down and hang out at the beach all day and hang out with your bros and your friends. I mean, what could be more fun? You get to look at some girls and sunny, you know. There's a lot worse things you could do with your Saturday.
And you got any magic boards you're pulling out for this final heat today?
I do. You want to see it?
It's kind of like an Australian try shape.
This is a board that I designed. We did a computer design. You know, we used AKU shaper and designed it. And it looks pretty standard, but really the interesting part of the board is in the rocker, and the tail rocker, nose rocker, and the rocker is where all the performance aspects are. The rest, the template, the tail shape, that's all pretty standard. All the boards are pretty similar. It's the rocker and differences in the rocker, I think, that really impact the performance.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Tim. Good luck out there, man. All right, well, we're out here with Tom Fish. And, Tom, you were pretty much killing it in the first heat of the semis. I saw you out there. I'm going to start calling you Tricky Tom. I saw that little 360 you did out there. What do you think about that last heat you had and about the final, going into the final now with these mushy conditions?
Well, the first heat was all about just that one maneuver. We needed to get that one maneuver down, and then we could relax after that. The finals, it's just going to be anyone's game. We're all going to be together, I'm sure. First heat, I was over by myself, got any wave I wanted. Second heat, looks like it's all breaking in the same place, and we're going to be, you know, we're going to be battling. So, but we're all friends, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Great. Well, it's been almost 30 years since the NSSA had kneeboarding in it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's really cool, and I'm glad that we got back into it. I'm glad somebody, you know, really worked on it and got it for us, because I mean, it was fun when we were kids, and it's fun right now. You know, 50 years or 30 years later, you know, we're all 50. Let's keep it going. You know, we just need to get more kids. We need more kids in here. You know, and the only way we're going to do it is if someone, you know, picks it up and sponsors these kids. You know, and get them involved. So.
Well, you look like you were flying around out there earlier. Tell us about your board selection today.
Yeah, it's a 5.6 baluster tri-fin, and you know, the uglier the waves are, the better it rides. You know, it just goes, it flies. I'm really happy, you know, and supporting the local guy, you know, and it works out. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Tom, and good luck today.
Thank you.
Well, we're here with Paul DeVoy, local Huntington Beach guy. Paul, you look like you were doing pretty good out there in your semifinal heat today, earlier today. Give me your thoughts about your last heat and about going into the final now that it looks kind of mushy out there. But
yeah, I got a couple of good ones in the semi that got me through. It's pretty lucky. Got a couple of good turns in. But the tide's coming up pretty high, but looks like there's some fun shortbread. Should be good.
Well, it's been almost 30 years since the NSSA had kneeboarding in the heats. What do you think about the return of the kneeboarding?
I think it's outstanding just to be able to have a reason to get all your friends together and go for a surf. It's worth it.
How are you sizing up the competition? You're kind of, you know, got to compete in these mushy waves against some guys that might be smaller than you. How are you going to do it?
Just try to get the biggest set wave that comes through. Just be patient. Don't panic and take off on the first thing that comes to me. Just kind of wait for a set.
And so what's your board selection for today?
I'm riding a Stamps 511 quad fin, 23 inches wide. So it should go good in these conditions.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Paul, and good luck out there.
Thanks.
We're here with Sean Noon today, South African transplant. How's it going, Brew?
Just living the dream in California, you know. Nothing wrong. Love it.
And where are you living, just south of HB?
I'm in the AV, Elisa Viejo.
Nice.
5 minutes from Creek. Don't come there.
Well,
Away from Creek, whatever you do.
you look like you were getting some set waves in the semifinal heat, and now you've got the final, and it looks a little mushy out there, and you're kind of a big guy. What do you think going into your final heat?
If I see something that's going to break, I'll probably take it. You know, any wave is a good wave out there. You know, you can't be that selective because you never know which one's going to connect. So you've just got to try get your wave quoted early and hopefully connect one to the beach, you know. And that's the way it is. You know, the Huntington hop is a little difficult to do today. You know, it's not really connecting, but we'll give it a go. Try our best, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know you probably weren't here back in the day, but it's the first time the NSSA has had kneeboarding comps on for probably almost 30 years. Did you do a lot of competing when you were younger? And what do you think about the return of the kneeboarding here?
No, I think it's only going to be good for the sport, you know. We want to be a legitimate part of the surfing family, you know, and we should be. So it's great that NSSA has allowed us to come back in, I think, you know. It's great. It's going to be good for the sport.
And how are you looking at your competition today? Are you sizing them up and thinking what you can do, or?
I'm going to take them out.
Yeah, that's what you have to do, kind of. When you get down to the basics, that's what it's all about.
You know, take them out, keep them off the good waves, try to get them all for myself. That's a theory.
Well, what's your going to be your board selection today for these kind of waves?
I'll ride the same board all the time in all different waves. I just change the fin systems up. So it's like a twin fin with a trailer setup today for this type of condition. You know, when it gets a little bigger, I'd make it the same board, a 4-fin with a trailer fin, you know, that type of thing. I like just switching the fins out. It changes the board up completely.
What's the length and width?
5'11", geez, I don't even know what the width is, but 5'11", I would say 23. You know, it's a good standard size.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Sean, and get some good luck out there, man.
Okay.
Well, those guys were terrific, and I can tell they're psyched up. All right, so heading into the finals, what's going through your mind? The waves are kind of drained out now here in the afternoon. What are you gonna shoot for?
Well, like I said, you want to get that first wave out of the way, so you've got the rest of the time to be a little more choosy. And tide's kind of high. It's tough out there. Some of these boys are big.
Yeah, I was going to say, the size and weight, is that going to play in as a factor today?
Oh, definitely. You know, you've got smooth guys like Paul DeVoy, and you got the big dudes like Ed Quinn and Sean Noon. They all have to compete. Tom Fish is really a lightweight guy. And the heck, Tom Lynn. We got Tom Lynn over here.
Tom.
Is this what the Salt Creek guys do or what?
I'll give him a 16. I don't know. A 32 on a scale. Well, at least we've got a little bit of waves on the outside and a great little reform on the inside. Beach activities picked up quite a bit, so heading on out. These guys, this is a 20-minute heat versus a 15-minute heat as they stood out in the as they were heading on out. First up, Sean. Oh, this is Sean, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice long cutty there on this mush ball.
He's got a lot of power. He's heading on in.
He's going to ride this thing all the way in.
Yeah, this just might be.
Rod.
The first wave might be the best wave. Look at this.
Oh, right on the sand.
Nice. Let's watch that one again. That was great.
I can't believe it. The big guy gets a wave all the way in.
Everybody's starting off to the left, and he grabs a right and heads on up towards the sandbar. Look at this.
You know, the only guys that have been making it all the way in all day long have been the little tiny Menahunis.
This is not a Menahuni.
This is not a Menahuni.
All right.
Look at that. He's on the sand now. It's, what is it? A foot deep?
Oh, just takes it in. Who do we got out here? This looks like, is that Tom Lynn?
That's Tom Lynn.
Yeah, he's trying to work it too.
Right.
Look at, he's got it. Oh, not quite enough.
No. It's a little too high.
Little split peak here.
Split peak.
Going a little to the right, so.
I'm surprised they split a peak on that.
Tom Lynn trying to push it all the way in, see if he can get that reform. Paddle battle for nothing. Oh, Paul the Boy. He seems to have caught one while everybody was out there.
Mr. Smooth. Look at his smooth turns, smooth technique, taking it all the way in. Bam!
Smacks right off the top. He is very smooth, huh? Keeps that one hand down, just uses the other hand to guide.
Yep.
Sean gets another left, trying to see if he can redo it.
Oh, well, another little re-entry there.
Mr. Fish. Nothing, huh? Oh, further on the beach. Who's down over here? This way. Oh, look, it is. Yeah, that's it. So not much. Couple of good waves. About all you got.
Oh, there's some sportsmanship. Boy, Sean was not
really
kidding when he was
saying,
don't let the other guys get any waves, and if it breaks, catch it. He wasn't kidding.
That was great, though. I'm so glad to see everybody out here, and that puts it in the books for the first contest out of the top. Really a lot of action considering what we had to work with this afternoon. All right, Mike, we'll let you head on over, take some pictures of the crew, and see if you can't get a word with edgewise in with Sean.
All right.
You know what? They deserved it. Finally, I got him.
Go in order or what?
We all pros. You guys get down on your knees.
All right.
Taking the wind back to Creek, boys.
We're here with Sean Noon. Sean, you're the winner of today's contest. That's unbelievable. Congratulations, man. You know, you realize you're the first kneeboard winner in the NSSA in probably about 30 years. What do you think about the contest? And give us your thoughts.
Well, you know, there's 5 contests in the series, and it's great to win the first one. It's great to win. You know, it's been a long time. And, you know, Tom and Ed Quinn and those guys, you know, they've always seemed to get the better of me, but today I guess I was lucky. You know, I paddled out in the first 5 minutes. I got a good wave. Tried to connect the shore break, but then blew that, but it was enough in the end, you know. So feels good to take a win, and yeah, the other guys are playing catch up the rest of the time, so I'm not going to let the pressure off at all. They better get their act together.
All right, well, thank you very much, and congratulations, Sean.
Thanks, man. Congratulations, man.
Well, that's going to wrap it here for Stop 1. I think overall it was great. You know, it was nice to have everybody out, good camaraderie, a nice crowd, really great atmosphere. And we're going to do it again in just a couple of weeks up at 9th Street. We want to invite everybody to come out and attend. It really was a good time. So I want to thank my co-host here, Mr. Fernandez. You can find out more at michaelfernandezphoto.com. Any closing thoughts, Mike?
No, it was a great day. It's good to have kneeboarding back in the NSSA. I'd like to thank the NSSA for that.
Yeah, that really is great to have us put it back on the schedule. And all your hard work, we really appreciate it. And we want to thank our sponsor for this event, Kneelo Tees. Live the lifestyle. Check it out at kneelotees.com. And until next time, we'll see you up the beach.